Nicolas Cage once earned over $40 million for a single movie, but he found himself bankrupt just a few years later. He bought private islands, a dinosaur skull, and even a pyramid tomb. But what drove him to spend so wildly? Was it just reckless abandon, or was something more subtle at play? What is it about our brains that makes us overspend without even realizing it? Here are the 6 sneaky ways your brain is tricking you into overspending and how to outsmart them. When we see a high price first, it makes all subsequent prices seem lower by comparison. This is called anchoring. For example, if you're shopping for a new TV and you see a $2,000 model first, the $1,200 model next to it seems like a steal. But what if you had seen the $1,200 model first? You might have thought it was expensive. Warren Buffett is known for his frugal ways, but even he fell victim to anchoring when he bought a private jet for $40 million. He later admitted that he could have gotten a better deal if he hadn't been anchored to the higher price. About $1,000 a year can be wasted on anchored prices without realizing it. This effect is so powerful that it can make us spend more than we need to, just because we're comparing prices in the wrong order. We tend to treat different sources of money as if they were in separate accounts. For example, if we get a tax refund, we might think of it as free money and spend it more freely than we would our regular income. This is called mental accounting. But the truth is, it's all just money. Ronald Read, a janitor who left behind an $8 million estate, knew this. He invested his money wisely and lived frugally, regardless of the source of the money. He didn't separate his accounts mentally and therefore made smarter financial decisions. About 70% of people fall into the mental accounting trap, which can lead to overspending and poor financial decisions. When we think something is scarce, we want it more. This is called the scarcity principle. Limited time offers, exclusive deals, and limited editions all play on this principle. For example, if you see a sign that says only 5 left in stock, you might feel a sense of urgency to buy it. But what if the sign is just a marketing ploy? What if there are actually 50 left in stock? The scarcity principle can lead us to overspend on things we don't really need, just because we think they're scarce. About $500 a year can be wasted on scarce items without realizing it. This effect is so powerful that it can make us spend more than we need to, just because we're afraid of missing out. We tend to fear loss more than we value gain. This is called loss aversion. For example, if you're offered a chance to win $100 or lose $100, you'll probably choose to avoid the loss. But what if the odds are in your favor? What if you have a 90% chance of winning? Loss aversion can lead us to overspend on things that seem like a sure thing, just because we're afraid of missing out. About 60% of people fall into the loss aversion trap, which can lead to poor financial decisions. This effect is so powerful that it can make us spend more than we need to, just because we're trying to avoid a loss. Number 4 is the one almost nobody gets right. So stick around to learn more about how to avoid the loss aversion trap. We tend to get used to things quickly. This is called hedonic adaptation. For example, if you buy a new car, you'll probably feel happy for a while. But soon, the car will just be a normal part of your life. You'll get used to it and start to want something more. Hedonic adaptation can lead us to overspend on things that seem like they'll bring us happiness, just because we're trying to feel good. About 80% of people fall into the hedonic adaptation trap, which can lead to overspending and poor financial decisions. This effect is so powerful that it can make us spend more than we need to, just because we're chasing happiness. When we buy something new, it can lead to a spiral of consumerism. This is called the Diderot effect. For example, if you buy a new dress, you might feel like you need new shoes to go with it. And then you might feel like you need a new handbag to go with the shoes. The Diderot effect can lead us to overspend on things that seem like they'll complete our purchases, just because we're trying to keep up with our new possessions. About 40% of people fall into the Diderot effect trap, which can lead to overspending and poor financial decisions. This effect is so powerful that it can make us spend more than we need to, just because we're trying to keep up with our stuff. To avoid overspending, you need to be aware of the sneaky ways your brain is tricking you into spending more. By recognizing these 6 psychological effects, you can make smarter financial decisions and keep your money safe. Start by being more mindful of your spending habits and try to avoid the traps that can lead to overspending.